A very good morning, everyone, and a warm welcome to a voice crack. This is the fourth root learner and sixth YouTube video I've recorded this weekend. That is my defence. So we are at, we are on, sorry, the Cajon Pass route by Dovetail Games in the BNSF ES44 ACs. So our train today weighs 5,500 tons, 71 cars long, and 6,500 feet long. So it's a really long train we're running today. You can see all the way down there. And we're going to get going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let off my train brake. That's going to take a while to release, as you can see. If I do that, you can see the rear of the train still got quite a bit of brake pressure in it. So what I'm going to do is put my reverser in, engage my gen field, and turn my headlights to bright mode, basically. I'll do that mode there. That's just a bit nicer and brighter. And you can see this is the ES44 AC, so this is the brand new American locomotive. So ES44 C4. And so you got, you know, the nice sort of branding in here and stuff of BNSF. First time BNSF has been released to the European market, or the global market actually, which is really cool. The last time was the Montana Highline, but that was for US customers only, because basically Dovetail didn't have the exclusive brand rights for Europe, they only had them for the US. But BNSF looks pretty cool. I love these locos, they're so big. I remember walking around it in the training environment, and yeah, it was pretty special. So, reverser goes forward, train brake goes off, and we're going to take notch 3 of power. And we're going to get started on our way. So, this train is the brake. I'm going to do my usual. I'm going to just ignore that. We're going to Victorville. So this is the Cajon Pass route. We are at, I believe we are at Barstow. We are going to Victorville, which is here. Only thing I know about Victorville is there's a boneyard there. And then down here is San Bernardino. However, we don't generally visit San Bernardino. Well, we're not going to visit in this video. It's going to be about a 40-minute drive today. It's about an hour and a half to get down to San Bernardino. So about sort of half the route, really. That, you know, thereabouts, that we'll be covering today. If you guys want me to do the full run all the way down to San Bernardino, let me know. The reason I haven't done it is, honestly, it's, you know, twice as long to record, and I just generally don't believe my audience tends to watch that much American stuff. I do have an audio mod in, which I will link to, which is already an improvement on the GVO and gives it correct horns. There is one thing I will do though, and that's going to be to figure out my alerter, which will be that one there. And that'll be it. Yeah. That's engine start, stop, that's engine controls. So that is us configured. So I'm going to really quickly knock my wipers off. And we're going to just get going. So our start speed limit is 30 until we get the entire train over onto the main line here. That can take some time. We've got some engine shops down here. We are going to explore a little, since the train performance doesn't mandate me having my head in it constantly. You can see though over here you've got some GVOs parked up. They're just awaiting the next turn of work, the next shift. Got a load of them in the sheds here. And other shops, sorry, because I'm using American terminology. They don't appear to have any SD40s parked up in this area, but still pretty cool indeed. Fueling roads there as well, which is good. And this is the a cavalcade coming the other way on an intermodal train. And quite a few bland containers, interestingly. We've got the odd Hamburg Sud and 1 containers, which is good. I do love how brightly coloured container trains are. And Hapag-Lloyd as well, I saw there. So 22. I'm going to just go to notch 4, notch 5. We'll go notch 5 just to get us up to 30, and then we coast it from 30 for a while. So yeah, like I say, I've really been enjoying content creation for the channel lately. It's been a lot of fun. And yeah, like I say, it's just Train Sim World 3. Now that the initial hype's worn off, in that first video I nearly wet myself with excitement. Now that hype's worn off, I'm starting to see, I'm starting to see scratches in the paint, shall we say. Chinks in the armour. But hey, at the end of the day, like, it's this to me, Train Sim World 2 or Rush Hour, as it would. Rush Hour was fun because that actually, that made some changes with the passengers and stuff. But Train Sim World 2 Rush Hour, Train Sim World 3 is it's definitely, what I would sort of describe as a generational leap, and that's pretty special. So yeah, we're just getting that speed build to 28 miles an hour. As soon as we clear over this bridge here, we can go up to 50 because we've dragged the entire train around the curve at that point. They've got helper engines, we don't. The back of our train is here now. You can see it's barely just gone over the points. Or so it's not fully gone over the points are there. So you can see it is a little while yet. And, it's basically off the back of this bridge that we can accelerate. And also, but if I rag it now, it's still, I'm going to be in a good place to, yeah. And at this point, our speed limit goes up to 55, and it's basically a cruise at 55 until we start getting ambers. So I'm going to go into full power, which you can hear is notch 8, and we'll go from there. So we've got our fans on board, which is good. I'm going to do a quick capture. You've got your light, so you've got your wiper controls, your light controls. Obviously, your main screens are what you use to operate the train. This is PTC, sorry, which isn't within TSW yet, which is the sort of current gold standard for American rail safety. On the center console, you've got your reservoir pressure, your brake pipe pressure. That is your brake pipe pressure at the rear of the train. So the rear of the train still has 2 bars of brake pipe pressure being applied. That's how ridiculous this is. Your main cylinder pressure is 134 bar, brake pipe pressure is 90 bar. You've got your speedometer here, both a number and a pointer. You've got your throttle notch and your tractive effort being calculated. Reverser position, distance calculation doesn't work. Alert, obviously, that's just basically our reminder to stay awake. End of train device information is there. Independent brake, is set to lead. Auto braking is in freight mode, and dual power is local. But we are using the full train basically to power ourselves. I'm going to turn the gauge light on because it's nice to have. We don't actually go through any tunnels on this route yet. They got rid of all of them. But it is just nice to sort of drive about a bit, So you've got your horn. No matter which way you do it, it just, blasts the horn. Unlock the bell off because that triggers every time. That, so everything corresponds above. So that is your horn sequencer, emergency brake. No, sorry, does it below? So what's this? Not sure. Bell. Oh, it's actually running a sequence of horn blasts. That's quite cool. So we'll let that run. Alert to reset, sanding. That's your climate control, headlights. Sorry, that's your rear lights. So basically, for purposes of the, as much as you can drive one of these things backwards, you really wouldn't want to because of that big fan there. So, really this is the front of the loco. Front lights, rear lights, basically. And then you've got a load of sort of circuit breakers on the rear panel. I thought that was a bug, but I must have pressed the horn sequencer and that's what it was blasting. I can press PTT, which turns on banking com. So if we had radio controlled locos, they'd still be controlled. There we go. So yeah, you can see we are absolutely hammering along at this stage. One thing I did notice, by the way, that we do have Union Pacific Auto Rex. personally, I would have quite liked to see some BNSF ones, because what you can then do is enable substitution with other mods. So auto racks aren't generally owned by the train companies; they're generally owned by Gatex, I believe it is, or it's one of the other wagon leases. So they're basically just a pool that gets used as needed. Like I've literally watched a spotting video in Florida, and there's a CN liveried auto rack down there. Let the speed get ahead of me there, so I'm going to put a bit of brake on, and you'll see how the you can see, there you go, the brake pressure at the back of the train is now falling. And there we go. And now I'm going to hold it off, and I'm going to go back into. I'm going to go notch 0 so it resets, and then go into notch 5, which should about hold our speed here. So there's quite a bit of skill that goes into driving one of these. Now one of the things I think Train Sim World is now crying out for. Also, this desert, by the way, is probably the best representation I've seen of what I imagine a desert to look like in TSW terms. But one of the things I was just thinking about out loud there, go notch 3, was I'd love to see a P42 or a P32 come into, or even a Charger come into TSW, because there are, literally all the American freight routes that I can think of. I'm not sure about Soldier Summit. I presume that would have a passenger train go over it. Yeah, I'm not sure about Soldier Summit. This route I know does. Southwest Chief goes over this, which is Chicago to Los Angeles. I know the Horseshoe Curve, that has a passenger train go over it. And so does Sandpatch. So it would be nice just to get one that like applies itself as a layer to all of those routes, and therefore you can actually take passengers over there, and it lets you run at the higher permitted speeds. That would be really cool to me. If you're watching Dovetail, yeah, and I think that's really that would be great from the American side of things at this point, because if you think American passenger stuff, we've got M7s, M3s, ACS 64s. Okay, we've got that's all East Coast. We've got the F40 and the MP36 on Caltrain, but we've got the AM fleets. We need some sleeper stock, and you could have a decent representation of sleeper trains, or like the long distance Amtrak passenger stuff that runs on these routes. With what we have, it wouldn't be perfect, and yeah, you probably have to do some work on the route to get the stations brought up to speed, but still, I think it would be a really cool idea. Just yeah, like I say, all the American routes I can think of, except what's the Rivet one? No, is it the Rivet one? The UP one, that's a bit rubbish. I can't think of the name of it right now. That's really frustrating me. Hang on. So, DLCs. I think it was about 2020 it came out. So Clinchfield, that is one that I'm not sure passenger routes run over that. No, they do actually. Yeah, they do. Is it the Silver Meteor, the one that goes down to Florida? Yeah, Cane Creek, that's the one. Cane Creek doesn't have passengers running on it, but all the other American DLC would. Sherman Hill, that does. So it wasn't Soldier Summit. I don't know where Soldier Summit's come from. Sherman Hill, that has it running. Horseshoe Curve, that has it. This, Cajon Pass, that does. And like I say, it would, like I say, I just think it would be a really nice touch. Even on things like, so it's not on City Sprint, it would have been NEC would have been good, but on routes like Long Island Railroad and on, Long Island Railroad and on the other one, which is, oh Jesus, I can't remember the name of train. Some DLC saved my life lately. The Long Island Railroad and Break, Long Island Railroad and the Harlem Line. I think you'd at least see them in the stations with you. That's a bug. But yeah, like I say, this train today, hang on, 6,500 feet to meter, 2 meters, yeah. Feet, 2 meters. It is literally just over a mile long, this train. And that's what I love about American trains, is they're big, but like a British train that's, you know, a third of the weight of this one, to be honest, we wouldn't quadruple head it. That's the problem. I'm not even aware of any UK locos that are capable of that level of multiple working. Because I know the 37s in theory can, but if you more than triple head, you have to have someone sitting in the number 4 loco because the sanding can be a bit weird, apparently. Which, yeah. So, like I say though, it's a really cool run, this. Cool run out in the countryside. After I do this, I need to go and lace the dress up because another one of my gowns came today. Well, I didn't come today. I want to get paid the tax for it today, which is so basically since I don't normally get political on the channel, but since Brexit, I've paid so much in duty fees. It's ridiculous. So is Brexit benefits though. Everyone loves their Brexit benefits. But looking around at the world around us, you know. So this is a PTS. I'm not sure what this screen is. My bad. This is PTS, which isn't simulated within TSW, which is a shame. But like I say, overall, these things are pretty good fun. Yeah. Oop, don't know why I've done that. Ah. You can see, of course, I'll take a screenshot, sorry, really quick screenshot. And then you look down at the wheels, so you can see these have had the anti-blur fix. The frickin' spokes for them haven't, but the wheels have. That looks so cool. And the wheels on these things haven't either. So it appears that the locos have had it done, but wagons that are carried forward, which is most of them, because this is Dovetail, haven't had it done. Because Dovetail quality control is interesting. It frustrates me sometimes with Dovetail that they put a lot of effort into they put a lot of effort into things like you not being able to get out the map, and that's perfect. But stuff like making sure the blur effect's been applied to all the vehicles, you know, I think that's a real shame. A real shame. But yeah, like I say, so I've got the dynamic weather turned off on this drive, so you won't see any of my we won't see a weather change. But to be honest, I just want it to be a hot day in California today. You know, it's kind of what I was feeling when I was driving this one. So how far have we got left? 18 miles to Victorville. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to talk about at this point. So I went out with a friend today. That was fun. It was kind of a weird day. Like, so I normally don't really like, you know, we normally end up seeing a little bit going on in the way of police activity in the northeast, just due to the nature of things. But today we went for a walk along the quayside, and a police boat went past. I was like, oh, that's cool, police boat. And then we sat down and had like a snack and a chat, and I saw this lady climbing down onto, like, basically there was a little marina area, and there's like one of the piers it was attached to. She was climbing down that. I'm thinking, is she okay? You know, because I sort of mid-year went to mental health, and shut the fuck up. You know, is she like going to try and drown herself in the river, kind of thing? I was like, if I hear a splash, I'm triple lining it. But a dog had fallen in, and yeah, that was fairly horrible. We didn't actually hear or see it happen, and I only sort of know through sort of context of it as to how what happened. But the police boat came along, they couldn't find the dog, bless them, so I'm not sure it got fished out. But yeah, and then we went up to the shops. We went for lunch, went to one of the shops, and then the security guards are literally fighting a guy on the ground, and I'm like, whoa. Like, and it was in, those of you who know Newcastle, it was Eldon Square, so it's like, it was in the nice bit of Eldon Square as well. You know, well, to be honest, it's also quite nice, but it was the Northumberland Street entrance. And yeah, like I say, it was just really weird. And then there was a couple of fire engines responding to stuff, and yeah. I bought some dice today for 5M, so you'll see those used on future scenes. And I've also bought a really cool book actually, which I'm going to use, which is the Ultimate RPG Quest Keeper. So it has slots for me to write down up to 10 characters, and write down like loads of information about them. And it's just, I want to use it as like a way to expand my characters. So I've got like names, aliases, nicknames, where are they from, and it's just going to be a good way to think about my characters in a more sort of holistic, I'm going to use the phrase holistic, but in a more holistic sense, where, you know, it's a more sort of overall perspective to roleplay, and, you know, to actually making sure I'm doing roleplay and not just reacting as I would, you know? So, yeah. You know, it's going to make me, my rookies are a bit more scared, hopefully. My seasoned cops are like, fuck you, you're under arrest. Yeah. So we are 55 all the way. I'm not pushing it too hard because I know the line undulates a bit, and especially in TS, it's substantially harder to judge like your, I don't say your pitch, but your elevation as you go. So, yeah. But like I say, the overall, I'm quite enjoying TSW3. Like I say, it's a Dovetail product. There's holes in it. I'm not going to stand here and tell you there aren't. But overall, I'm just checking my range here because I know it has crept up on me last time. And there's no actual stop markers there, so I've got to be quite careful with it. You know, IRL, there'd be someone there waiting for you, you know. But yeah, it's a Dovetail Games product. There's always stuff that can be improved. And there's already mods coming out to improve that, which is great. Like, if I look on Train Sim Community now, I would not be surprised if there's already like patches for Train Sim World 3. There are auto exposure compensation, 4659 extra weathering, 395 weathering and horn mod, 66 horn and wiper sounds, TSW core rain for cab interiors, red tail lights improved. You know, there's already improvements there. You know, so it's already getting better. But it's just, like I say, you know, one of those things. But we'll, yeah. I'm gonna, you know, I'm waiting for the official release on Monday to get all my, I'm gonna leave my PC running when I go to work. Hopefully that'll come down in time. And that'll mean I'll have the proper mods, you know, all my DLC downloaded again by the time I get home. It's basically the hope at this point. But yeah, like I say, I enjoy it. It's just going to be a case of, you know, working through, making sure, you know, I do it in a way that I'm enjoying myself. And I'm going to be covering, I'm hoping to do some more, you know, some more of the American. It's one of those things I quite enjoy American train driving because it's simple. There's I find I'm putting a lot less thought and effort into this than I do into a German drive where I'm doing PZ, B, and CIFA, right? But yeah, I don't know. I shush up. So I'm gonna, yeah. Hopefully, like I say, you know, this will be the last TSW3 sort of dedicated route learner for a while, and it'll go back into the regular cycle again. So I've got some stuff coming up like Matlock to Derby in the Class 156, which is a really good little run. And I don't know, it's just something I struggle to. I like, you know, at the end of the day, Train Sim World 3, I'm finally starting to see this as the true future of train simulation. Like, this level of visuals with some, you know, reasonably respectable physics, let's be honest. At this point, the physics are starting to get there. I drove the 66 the other day. I haven't recorded it, unfortunately, but it felt like I was driving a freight train that weighed something. That's good. No two ways about it. But, yeah. Yeah. Like I say. But overall, you know, the channel's actually getting some really good views. You know, okay, I'm not cutting today's video because it only released 8 hours ago. But, Comfort Liner Park to Dresden got 29 views. Train Sim World 3 First Look, 39 views. Carstairs to Edinburgh Waverley, which has taken like 8 weeks to finally be able to release it with the scheduling, 24 views. 216 views in frickin' American Truck Sim. Don't know how the flick that happened. That's at time of recording. That'll obviously hopefully go up by the time you guys see it. But yeah, doing, you know, pretty decently on the view count. Weirdly, the video that released the day before that, I wonder, I need to knock is it the episodes that's, I think I figured it out. I need to knock the episode stuff out, and that'll hopefully increase the view count. That's the difference. Because literally the same truck, the same area of the map, just 2 days apart. And then we'll get some Fernbus done as well, because Fernbus does quite well on my channel. I'm not sure what it is you guys like about buses, but yeah, so I've noticed traffic's popping, which is a real shame. But overall, like I say, the environment itself looks pretty good. This will be the helper sidings here. So this will be when you basically get a loco to come on the back and push you up. They'll turn there, because that's too short to be a goods loop. A little siding there so you can knock a wagon at your train if you want. Or a car. Car out of my train. There's not a dead man's I've got on this train, it's just the alert push. So that's my horn sequencer. Okay, so horn sequencer just actually blasts like combinations, which is quite cool, I guess. I'm going to notch 6 again and cruise for a while. But I've got, you know, there's a lot of stuff coming out at the moment, and it's almost like, it's weird. I have periods where I can't record anything, you know, and I'm just like, I don't want to do anything, there's nothing new. But now I'm like, I've got so much to record, but like, you know, only so many hours in the day. Which is, you know, this is why I schedule in advance. I don't, the likes of PTG, your PTG Rail, he does one-off videos. I do regular uploads, so I am scheduling. Like at the moment, for route learners, I am scheduled, break, until the 17th of October. Which actually, after this video gets uploaded, is going to be, like 7 days later, the 24th of October. It's now the 5th of, well, it's early in the morning on the 5th of September. You know, so I'm doing pretty good on scheduling on that front. It's just all the other videos that now need catching up. But like I say, I you know, I enjoy Train Sim, and it's a fun game. Actually, I've got another route learner to push I've not uploaded yet. I don't think, have I? No, I haven't. No, I have. Yeah, so it's 17th of October at the moment, which is just crazy to me. Yeah, today's the day my first, ooh, bit of wheel slip there, high speed slip. I'm gonna go full power if I'm honest. So you seem to get a bit of a jolt when the grade changes. So I don't know if that's been smoothed as well as it could have been. That was weird. Apart from that, it's been a fun day. Like I say, you know, my friend wasn't feeling too great, so I met up with them, and it was, apart from the fact that a doggo died, but like I didn't see it happen, and I guess, and horrible, you know, horrible as it sounds, you know, at the end of the day, stuff like that does happen. It's been a good day out. Um, yeah, just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna lace that dress when I'm finished, and then get that squared away. Probably need to review that tomorrow for the cosplay channel. I've got so much editing to do. So I got home and slept for about 3 hours. So I may actually just stay up at this point, or like have an hour or two's nap and get up at 6 for work. I don't know. Not decided yet, but we'll see. But yeah, like I say, this train will when we dismount in Victorville in 10 miles now, so not far at all. We'll climb off the loco and have a walk around the outside, and just see what it looks like. I've got a ton of content to upload and edit though. Well, edit and upload, but same difference. Oh, and my Tudor dress got delivered, but it doesn't fit. The skirt does, but the body I think has been made for the wrong size. And I'm going to have to go and see if I can get one of my friends to relace it. Because if it was laced in a way that the lace was actually adjustable, it would fit. But I can't get it over my head at the moment because of how tight it is. So, yeah. Just stress I don't need. And I'm going to have a sort out and a tidy before I go to bed, hopefully. Do some editing, do that, and then maybe whilst whilst the edits like the renders going on, I can do the tidying. That's a good way to motivate myself. I bought a cup today actually. That was really yes. I know, right? This is the highlight of my day. This shows how much of an adult I am. But I bought a cup in Starbucks at 11 a.m. right, and it was a cute start. It was like a thermal mug from Starbucks with like a cute leaf print on it. First of all, I was freaking shocked at how much that shit cost. Right, I was thinking I was going to pay 10-15 quid for a mediocre cup. I didn't realise I've bought the best thermal cup of my entire freaking life. Sorry, I just had to get my horns in there. Um, so I bought it at 11 o'clock this morning, right? And I got a hot chocolate made for it when I put in it. Because it's cold now, I've just tested the dregs of the bottom. But what the hell happened there? I addled. That's fine. So, like I say, I got the hot chocolate was made at 11 a.m. It was far too hot to drink for the first 2 hours. The cup never warmed up in my hand, by the way. So normally, with like, I have a work cup that I use, something I need to find actually. But it's basically it's a cool collapsible mug that I can use for like when I'm on board because it basically takes up no space and you can get your drink in it. It's quite cool. Um, but what you can't put a hot drink in it really because your hands will burn off. With this thing, I didn't even know there was a hot drink in it. It like literally it was ambient temperature for the duration. I think I warmed it up more than it warmed me up. It's that good. And like I say, it was about 11 a.m. ish, like 11:10, 11:20, that the hot chocolate was put in it. I got home at 5:30, right? And we'll give you the exact time I had my last swig from it. It was break. At 3:29 p.m. today. So okay, it was earlier than I thought. Still though, 4.5 hours later, it was comfortably warm. Like, well, no, 5 hours later. No, 4 hours later. 4 hours later, it was a comfortable, drinkable temperature. There's no heating elements. Like, I've never known that happen. I was outdoors all day. The outside temperature's been like 18 to 20. Oh no, 80. So about 18 degrees Celsius. So you know, it could have like had it been in a China cup, it would have been cold within about 20-25 minutes tops. But with this, it's yeah, just absolutely crazy. And yeah, like I say, notch 2 a pound. We'll keep coasting. But like I say, actually we'll go up to a proper coast. It's just £25. That's brilliant. Like, well, 23.95. If you want to convert that to US dollar reduce, Google it. But you know what, Boris? You're saying buy a new kettle to save on your power bill. You'll save on throwing cups of tea away that you haven't finished if you buy this cup. Hashtag satire. Unfortunately, it'll be forgotten about because he'll no longer be Prime Minister by the time you see this video. But oh well. We don't talk about that. Just let me have my joke, guys. Let me have my joke. Now I like having my joke. Makes me happy because I'm a happy person. Yeah. I spent far too much money today. I spent well over £100, put it that way. But it was a good day out. It's one of those things like, yeah, I bought my friend wasn't going through a rough time, and I was like, you help me out. You've helped me out in the past. I helped you out. So we are now approaching Victorville. So you can see I'm going to fly over and show you some of the BNSF liveried cars. So these are grain carts, I believe. Well, they're basically powder slash. So it's like cement or grain goes in these. I presume it's like some sort of powder. Well, basically like fine substances go in those. It's the best way I can describe it. So yeah, you can see 4.5 miles to Victorville. Actually, we've got a little while yet, so we'll rag it in to wait for a while. Sophie sent me a video to watch. I'm like, have you watched it? And I'm like, no, I'm recording. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's an oil train coming the way, obviously, so that's another one of the options we have. So you'll notice on this route, the oil trains have got a spare car between them. That is something that used to happen on the UK railways as well, but no longer seems to. And I can't tell you why. So there's that. There we go. So yeah, it's just, like I say, holding close to 55 around here. But overall, so we've not, unfortunately this one doesn't really cover the really scenic parts apparently. But at the same time, I just don't have the drive to record this myself. I don't have the drive, wacka wacka, to record myself driving this for an hour and a half. You know, like 45 minutes is probably enough for me. You can see we're getting into Victorville, so we're starting to get into the populated parts of the world. So Victorville, like I say, is Victorville Airport. It's where the aircraft are stored. I'm not sure. No, it's a 55 over this bridge. I'm just panicking myself needlessly. No, so there's a bridge just like that we go over, and I thought the line was going to take us over that bridge. I got confused by the perspective there. That's why I panicked, because I think it's a 35 over that bridge. Yeah. No, okay, so that's the bridge, but it's not 35. It won't be 35 yet. I'm just panicking myself needlessly. Or will it? No. No, it was. Yep. Great. It's this curve here. I'm just going to push straight into notch 5 brake. So there's an SD40 on a manifest coming the other way. I may do the other run in an SD40. You can see they've got the big AC units on the roof to keep the drivers vaguely comfortable at work. So we've got the flashing single amber. So the single amber is 5,000 feet till our stop point. So I'm just going to keep the train slowing using dynamic brake when that kicks in. But yeah. So the equalising reservoir is fine. The brake pipe is now largely fine. You can see the rear of the train's still got about 7 bar brake pressure in. So I'm just going to coast in here. You can see if I was to just get that up, we are 4,000 feet from our stop point. But there's no visual reference points here. Wow, wow, wow. Sorry. I'm looking at all the political stuff today. And if you don't get that reference, good. It's a very poor impression of a man who does a very poor impression of a wind turbine. That's all I'll say to that. So we are bringing the train to a stand now. So I'm going to probably use the, like I say, the braking to get us down to about 28, well, 15. Like I say, the stop markers have just completely disappeared. If I just... What I'm going to do is just get rid of that, get rid of that. So I'm just going to use this to judge my stop if that's alright with you guys. There's no other way for me to do it. Ooh, that's a cool noise. That's a really cool noise. So I'm just going to coast it in. We're at 15 miles an hour, it's absolutely fine. I love the Gevos. So this is my sort of, like I say, I love this style of locomotive. I do want to do Sandpatch in full in one, but again, I've done it in the CC, what's the -7, basically. 1,000 feet to go. We're at 10 miles, 13 miles now. Coasting it in nice and comfy. Like I say, there's just no visual markers in the world, which is the problem. But we'll cross over to those SD40s and end our video there. But as we are pulling in here, folks, I'd like to take the chance to thank you for watching today's YouTube video. If you did enjoy it, please do not forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to see more from me on an increasingly regular basis. I publish a video every Monday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Mondays are route learning. Fridays I'm trying to get 5M out the door, and I'm getting more and more of it done now. I've got I've got 2 videos from it, well, 3 5M videos in total to edit now, to go out. And like I said, so I've got a couple ready to go, and you guys are going to enjoy that. Like I said, the Mondays is Train Simulator route learning. On Fridays is 5M. On Saturdays is variety. Saturday and Sundays is variety. So that can mean I'd either do. Oops, I should really think about stopping. Yeah, it's fine. We've overrun ever so slightly, but like I say, we're literally just going to stop the loco on the main line here and dismount. So minimum application, and I'll put my independent brake to full. So I'm going to really quickly complete this, the sort of securing of the loco. Dynamic brake off, reverse it, neutral and out. Gen field light, or gen field off. We'll leave the headlights on because basically another crew is going to come and take it over. I'm not driving you. Nope. So we'll just disembark the loco. So you can see, like I say, you get out here and you just realise how big this is all of a sudden. Like, wow. I'm looking a long way up onto that thing. Anyway, I'm going to walk over to the other side and we'll end the video. So like I say, guys, thanks so much for watching. There's a lot coming up on the channel, so do not forget to subscribe, like I say, to get notifications every time I post a new video. Let me know if you like American stuff, and I'll do more American stuff. See you next time, guys. Bye for now.